Barbara, thank you so very much to have participated in this panel today and for you really, really good insights. What is your definition of circularity?
Well, circularity means that if you look at I call it a lifespan of plastics at this point. So if circularity means it's not just from making the product going directly into the earth. Like it means that it keeps going. It has a life, it has more life to it, and it can be used more times. Also, too, in the waste picker world, we do have a little bit of a joke about circularity. Circularity is like, I'm a waste picker in the US. I collect bottles and cans, I collect other types of waste. That waste that I pick could be potentially shipped to my comrades down in South America. So our circularity is my hand touches it, and then my global friend's hand touches it over there. So it's kind of an internal joke that we say, like, this stuff here that was created here and you recycled it, you got some money for it, and then it came down to me and I got money for it.
You know what, it's so true, and not necessarily everybody sees it. And then too, what probably is not really seen is waste pickers in developing countries are kind of like very very present, if you want to call it like that, not necessarily in countries like the US. Do you think everybody knows about waste pickers in the US and
No.
they have conscious?
No, they don't. As a matter of fact, somebody just walked up to me and they said this is the first time that they'd ever heard the term waste picker. And I wanted to ask them, when you walk around New York, those people pushing the carts, those are waste pickers. How many? I mean, like yesterday, I walked from my hotel to a lunch date with one of the US delegation. I saw 10 waste pickers in like 3 or 4 blocks. So it's so much around them and the unawareness of it, right? And even in states where there isn't like an EPR scheme or a bottle bill like Portland or New York, there's still waste pickers making money in different ways. Like they're recycling other things. They're finding things like, for example, the term ground scores, anything you find on the ground that aids in your survival. So let's say they ground score a really nice, clock or electronic, so then they go and they sell that online. Okay, in Europe, even waste pickers not recognized, and that's how they waste pick. They go through the garbage and they go to street markets and they resell what they find. Clothes, jewelry, all of it. So those things are diverted out of landfill, which keeps it from polluting more of the earth. So yes, I really, we have, because you have big organizations, you hear in the Plastics Treaty about the Global South and about Africa and about Asia, but you're not hearing anything about like us. When I arrived in Uruguay, I walked up to the US delegation and they were like, now they engage me and they're very happy on there because they say I added context to what the situation is. But there's still no hard numbers of how many waste pickers are here. Our city government, Portland, Oregon, is very proud that they're engaging with us. They even went to our Congress and did a presentation there internationally. They're very proud of it. I think other cities could engage waste pickers here in the US and also really show how because it's really kind of putting away poverty. All of the people that work for my organization, they have benefits now. They have, a regular paycheck. And that's the transition. Now, those time of formalities is going to look different in different places. And some people don't want to be, they want to be informal. They want to be their own company, basically,
And then I know New York City has different, is changing, modifying recently their waste management system. What do you think about it? Do you think it's
well, because I don't live here. I do know that just recently our affiliate here was really pushing for an increase into the deposit. So like in Oregon, it's a dime. So for every container that you return, it's a dime. Here, it's only 5 cents. Like every time that the certain recycling levels get to a low point, then Oregon looks at upping the price. So I think that New York really needs to be more progressive. And there's so many waste pickers here. The recycling rates could, if they engage waste picker and waste picker communities, it would go from here's the recycling levels, because it's basically dependent on consumers. If they engage more of the waste pickers, that plastic would just that would get off the street very quickly, and especially if they increased it to a dime. And that's where waste pickers in New York State, that's what they want here. They want it to be increased, and also for it to be inclusive. Like our affiliate here is Sure We Can in New York. Those folks are very talented. They need more support. They need more support, and also, to create other organizations. Like there's only 4 organizations in North America that were affiliates. So we need more recognition. And also too, help in capacity building. Help waste pickers create organizations that can help, because we're surprisingly very smart. Our capacity to learn is unreachable. There's no ceiling there.
You're talking about your capacity to learn. What about your capacity to teach?
Just as good. Like, in India, right now, they've taught whole cities how to manage their organic waste, their dry waste, their management system. They created it. It's like we have waste management here, but this was created by, the waste management services were created by waste pickers, the poorest of the poorest, the lowest caste. They created these systems through organizations like Hasudala, and that's kind of they help grow micro entrepreneurship throughout India. So,
wonderful, Barbara. Really, really appreciate talking to you. It's a real pleasure.
thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed myself.